Hey guys, what's going on? It's your boy Getting the Game 5000, and today I'm bringing to you uh, a um, quick and brief tutorial on giving you some tips, some tricks, um, and improving your game. So let's get right to it. I'm playing in an open map. So pretty much I'm gonna be taking you guys taking you guys through some steps here on how to improve your game. Um, Again, just some basics. If you sometimes people, especially with new players, they have questions. So I had somebody new to the game um had a few questions in regards to how to handle some calls. So pretty much I'm going to give you pretty much a walkthrough on how I approach things and handle calls. Now, for the most part, I want to give you guys this. I know this may be a lot. The handbook is very valuable. Um, they did a wonderful job.
Assistance required. Is an officer available?
All right, so we have our robbery call. So I'm gonna walk you through on how I approach a robbery call and how to get how to catch the
I'll
suspects.
take care of it.
So I'm gonna handle that call, but before we go to that call, I just want to show you guys something. The handbook is very useful if you have any questions. In regards to if you select felonies, these are all um different types of arrest and violations. So if you have any questions in regards to like arrest and violations, select this category. If you go back in regards to tools, this is in regards to all the equipment that you have on you and how to use them. Let's see here. One thing that's really effective. Hand gestures is really great tool when you're dealing with traffic. If we respond to accident, I'm gonna show you guys that. Um, these are your actions, evidence. Sometimes you may have a question in regards to do I search or do I frisk? When can I search and when can I frisk? If you have any questions regarding that, you go to evidence. It gives you a list of when you're allowed to frisk, when you're allowed to search, when you're allowed to handcuff, etc. And then um, you got your general category regarding um, more info there. So let's just get to that call because we're running a little late and we want to get to that call on time. Um, in my opinion, the Charger is the most is the best game. I mean, best car in the game right now. It's the fastest car. It has the best performance. So if you want to get to, if you're playing in an open map, you want to get to calls rather quickly. Use the Charger. That's what it's for. So we're gonna go with some sirens real quick. Just to speak on sirens, sirens really helpful when getting through traffic. Um, we may not like hearing the sound as much, but it's gonna help you get through traffic faster. So as you can see, those cars are not with my headlights on. They're not gonna stop. But as soon as I activate my sirens, they're gonna pull over. Sometimes they don't, so just be careful. With the pedestrians, sometimes they don't yield to you, so be careful as well. But you're gonna have cars pulled over. Oh, sometimes they don't, like I said. Oh, hold on. There you go. So you gotta make sure they're activated. Cars will stop. Gonna fly through the red lights because you're going to emergency. Okay, like I said, some cars don't stop, so be careful. You see? So sometimes you just gotta go around. Always look. Always stop at an intersection, just in case you don't want to hit nobody. Oh, it's back there. We have a few more. I think we have enough time to get to a call. Always look. Don't want to hit that guy. Okay. And our call is going to be here. The first thing, anytime you go into a robbery, a call, aggravated assault, always look around you because most of the time the suspects are going to be in the area, leaving the area. So always make sure you look around.
I'll take care of it.
So we arrived on scene just in time. It could be her right here. She's just walking away. It could be any one of these two individuals right there. Most of the time they're in the area walking away from the scene. It could be this guy right here. So always look around when arriving to a call. So let's just talk to our witnesses. Wherever they're over here. So we only have two. So we're hoping that.
Can you describe what you saw?
Yes, officer. I even know the person.
So that's what we want. We're hoping that they know the individual, so we could get a full confirmation on who the individual
You can
is.
leave now. Have a great day.
I
arrive
usually-
at the location and we'll start looking for the suspect.
All right. So just as I said, as we approached, we saw that individual. I believe he made a left. So he's going to be what direction is that? But usually when you're interviewing witnesses, don't waste too much time with them. I don't waste too much time with them and asking their ID for their ID. I just trying to get the information because the longer you're with them, the more you're giving time for the suspect to get away. So that individual, like I said, he made a left out here. He went that way. So what we're gonna do is, I believe he went that way. So we're gonna scan the area.
We need support. Who's available?
We're gonna disregard that.
We have another issue at
And there he is. He's starting to run. Sometimes they run, sometimes they don't, but that's what you want to do. You want to kind of spook them so they can get themselves away. So I like when they get themselves away. It makes it easier for me. And now we're going to have to go on a little chase.
Any officers available? We need assistance.
Alright, so we're going to tase them. The longer you wait to tase them, so when you tase someone, you do it very fast. You don't give him enough time to put up his hands. So if you just want to stop him right away, that's how you do it. You do it very fast. On the PS5, it's L2 to focus in and R2 to shoot the taser shot. On Xbox is So we're gonna arrest him for this was a robbery. We can ask for his ID.
Please.
When you ask for your ID, it gives
Here,
you
officer.
it gives them 5 extra points. So that's what we do. There we go. That's him. Look, and to confirm that that's definitely him. A suspect of a robbery, aggravated assault, they're gonna have an open warrant. So we're gonna arrest him for robbery.
I have to arrest you for robbery.
And that's a
Please
quick
move to the
180
side.
points. Make sure you
Please,
search
officer.
them. Make sure you definitely search them. Get the
Well done, officer.
proceeds
We'll
back.
inform the
I need to
Because
do a
they-
search on
can
you
pick
to
up
see
their
if you're
stolen
carrying
property
anything
tomorrow
illegal.
at the station.
Because most of the time they're gonna have the stolen the item that they took. All right, so that's how you handle that. See, stolen handbag, and now we can't escort him because we're too far away from our car. So, also here's another quick tip: anytime you're chasing a fleeing suspect and they're like running in the middle of the street, hit them for jaywalking. Most of the time it works. Let's
I'm
see.
issuing you a ticket
See,
for
and we got
jaywalking.
points for
It's going to be about
for
$25.
jaywalking.
My lawyer will take care of it.
So, as I was saying, with the stun gun, just don't point it at nobody, but I'm gonna show you guys how to use it effectively. Stun gun. So you don't want to point it at nobody because you'll lose points, but let's point it at the ground. L2 will focus in. So if you just hold that up to an individual and tell them to stop and they keep going, do what you have to do, but you have to be careful because sometimes they put their hands up. So if you want to get a shot off right away, you push L2 and then you shoot real fast, just like that. You don't even give them time to put their hands up.
Urgent response required.
I'm currently
Officer
busy with
available?
another issue.
So we're gonna decline that. We're gonna request our backup.
Backup requested to take a suspect into custody. I
Mm.
repeat, backup requested.
Copy that. The nearest available unit will be sent to your current location.
Yeah. So that's how you so on the Xbox it's what is it? Um LT RT.
I'll be
There's our
arriving at your
backup.
location soon.
And if you run out of taser shots,
Please cooperate.
you can always reload by hold on, let's shoot the ground. There we go. Put it back. So that's that. So that's how you handle the robbery calls. Again, when you're going to the scene, always scan the scene. Look for the people walking away from the scene. When you're
Any
chasing,
officers available? We need assistance.
when you're chasing a fleeing suspect, uh, and they're
I'm taking care of another
in the middle
issue
of the
at the moment.
crosswalk and everything, when you're chasing them, once you arrest them, you get hit them with an additional ticket for jaywalking. So now we're gonna do the next thing we're gonna do is either a motor vehicle stop or an accident, whichever comes first. So we see some cars here.
Assistance is requested for an
All right,
emergency. Please respond.
On my way.
handling an accident. So let's get there and then we'll walk you through on how to secure the scene, because that's the biggest thing with an accident. Securing that scene, making sure traffic flows appropriately. Yeah, I was floating here. Again, watch yourself. Put the sirens on if you need to get through traffic faster. Alright, sometimes this map takes you... Sometimes the map takes you in a little diversion. There we go. It takes you on a little detour, I mean. But if you don't want to use your sirens, you don't have to. Just know when you use your sirens, you got to give time for the vehicles to yield. So I'll show you. You don't want to be all the way. You don't want to be too close to a vehicle when you use your sirens. And I'm gonna tell you because you could get into an accident. So let me see. Because the cars, once they hear your siren, they're gonna yield, and it takes a few seconds. So in this case, see how that car is going. Okay, as soon as I hit my sirens, he's gonna yield. So he's gonna make a little movement like that. So you don't want to be too close to them. Give yourself some space. See? Once they hook up, pull over to the left or right, they're gonna stop. So give them time to pull over to the left or right. Don't go too fast. Always watch the people crossing the street. They don't listen, so you gotta be very careful. See, these cars are stopped. There's not too much traffic, which is good. You can't assume that they're always gonna stop because some cars don't stop. Especially the pedestrians. Sometimes most of the time the pedestrians won't stop. But we just stop the sirens. It's over here now. Prior to arriving on the scene, activate your sirens.
Scene and we'll take care of it.
So, because you want cars to pull over so you can set up. Because if you don't, the cars are just going to keep going. But once they hear your sirens, they know they have to stop. So you want to keep your sirens on until you get out the vehicle. Then, now, this is a big road, or better yet, a highway. Hold on. Let me just set this road barrier up. Okay. So now they're not gonna come through. They're gonna U-turn. That's what you want them to do. Now, I could have easily placed my car behind these vehicles and let traffic flow on these two lanes. However, you got to be careful because one, the speed limit on these major roads are very high. They're usually like 35 to 45 miles per hour, and most of the time you will another accident can occur. You don't want that to happen. So just if you have a highway that's divided with the yellow lines, just block the entire side off here and let cars turn around. It's going to save you a lot of trouble. So now, of course, always get your camera out, take photos as evidence. As you can see, the yellow, when you're taking pictures, the yellow indicates the damages, and once you take the picture, you get a green light being showing that you just recorded that evidence already. So you get 1 point for each damage. You get 1 point for every little damage you document with the camera. So, but pretty much you want to fill up that progress bar on the upper left, and that's going to go up when you interview people. So you pretty much want to have that. Your goal is to get that progress bar to green, because you want to get more points. You don't have to, but the higher that progress bar is, the more satisfied the witnesses are going to be with the report. So you want to try to get as much information as you can. Now, there's a little speck I missed. And also, you want to look for things on the ground, because that counts too. And tire marks are those also count. So sometimes in accidents, the plates fall off. See, I took pictures of those already. But like mirrors fall off, I took pictures of that already. If you find skid marks or tire marks, take photos of those as well. They're usually like near the cars. In most situations, I call the ambulance first.
I've got an injured person. I need an ambulance.
The ambulance tend to get stuck amongst all the emergency vehicles. The ambulance seem to get stuck the most, so I try to get them out the way first. So we called the ambulance. Now I'm going to interview.
Let me hear what you saw.
I used my turn signal. I did nothing wrong.
Okay, so when interviewing people for an accident,
I'd like to see your ID and car insurance, please.
Here you go, officer.
so we now got the ambulance arriving, which is good. So when interviewing people in general, always check out, and especially in an accident, you're going to be looking for, of course, license and insurance. You want to, where it says the sex of the individual, this is one way you could tell if it's a fake ID or not, because most of the time, if an individual has a fake ID, it will have a different gender. So it will have if it was fake, most of the time it have a male gender instead of female. But everything looks right. You want to make sure the name on the ID matches the name on the insurance card. It shows the car type is a van, and you can always check the plate. Sometimes people have fake insurances, and that's a arrestable offense. And you can always double check the plate right there to make sure it matches the registered owner. So this is how you investigate thoroughly. And the plate matches, it comes back to her. Everything's good. She doesn't have a gun permit, so that means if you find a gun in her car, if you have enough probable cause to search her or search her car and you find a gun, you can arrest her for not having a gun permit. However, if that was to read green and say yes, if you have probable cause to search her person or search her vehicle, and you do find a gun, and she has a gun permit, you don't have grounds to arrest her because she's allowed to have that gun. Okay. So right now, she has a good record. Nothing really showing her vehicle. She has some dents and stuff, but everything's up to par. As you can see, we'll go back to our her computer system. Her driver license is good, registration is good, insurance is not stolen. So now, from there on, you see, okay, check that off. Everything's okay. Pretty much
I'm
go
just collecting a sample
test
to
her for
see if you used
drugs.
any drugs while driving.
That's the next step. This is what I do. This is just like my little procedure. So,
All right. I'm just collecting a sample to check if you've had any
okay.
alcohol while
So she
driving.
didn't have any drugs on her and no alcohol whatsoever. So we really don't have nothing to arrest this lady for. We don't have no tickets to give her. So pretty much we're going to give her a report.
This is your accident report.
This looks almost useless, but okay.
And like I said, they're not going to be satisfied unless you get it to the third tier level. And now we can let her go because she has not committed any motor vehicle violations and nothing criminal on her end. So you give her a report and she's good
You're
to go.
good to go. Drive safe and have a nice day.
Now her car seems drivable, so she's gonna hop in the car. And she should know. I guess no, because there's smoke emitting from her engine. So if there's smoke coming from the engine, which there is, they're not gonna get back in the car. You're gonna have to tow it. As you can see here, the ambulance is stuck. As I told you, that's why I like to call them first. They get stuck. Maybe calling them sometimes. The reason I call them first because if this lady was to get back in the car and try and drive away, she would try to avoid running her over, and she won't move. So I try to move the individuals out the way at first, so traffic can flow. But if the ambulance gets stuck, we have the ability to cancel, and that's what we're gonna do. Hopefully that person gets back in their ambulance and we get a new crew. So we're gonna cancel. All right, so we just keep moving. So eventually we can request a tow. We're not going to search the car because if we do, we lose conduct points because we cannot search this car. We don't have probable cause or reasonable suspicion to search this car. So that's going to ask for a
I
tow.
have a car here that needs towing. Please send a tow truck to my current location.
And now we're going to move to
The
the
truck will be at your location as soon as possible.
next person. This guy here, you see him wobbling like that? Obviously they're intoxicated. So let's talk to her here. That's the same
Can you
procedure.
describe what you saw?
I don't understand what happened, officer.
You see? Okay, we're gonna get her
I'd like to see
info.
your driver's license and car insurance, please.
Yes, officer. There you go.
All right, now it says her. Most of the time, their height is 6'4". Sex again, female. Carmelita Tapia. She doesn't have a gun permit. Again, the name comes back to her. Carmelita Tapia. Expiration date, you want to always check that on her insurance and ID. That looks good. Says her insurance card covers a 4-door plate 30 LY67. So you can always go back and check. If you can't find a plate on their car, just use the intuition button, which is L1 on PS5 and LB on the Xbox. As you can see, as I zoom in, it says this car has a broken windshield, so that's a violation I could write her a ticket for. So we can't find her plate, but if you can't find it, you can search it on the ground. That belongs to the van. So the plate is probably underneath the car, but that's okay. Like I said, use the intuition button and it will give you the information you need for that vehicle. Let me see if it worked. Hold on. So here it is, focus and license plate. We hit X on PlayStation. I think it's A on Xbox. And so everything checks out. The vehicle belongs to her. She just doesn't have a gun permit. So if we find a gun in her, if we have suspicion or probable cause to search her or her car and finds that she doesn't have finds a gun, we can arrest her for that. So our tow is here for that van. We pretty much want to let the tow by. So let me see something. We're just going to open it up for the tow truck. Let's see if you can get through. Oh, oops, sorry. So the tow truck can get through. There you go. As soon as you let him through, this go back in place and block it off. So now that van's gonna be out of our way. So now we're just gonna talk to her again and test her, make sure she
I'll
wasn't
take a sample to check if you've taken drugs.
taking
before
drugs or alcohol. Alright, so you look at your results. A negative sign means that they are not under the influence of drugs. If you see a positive sign, a plus sign, that means that person is under influence. So we're going to be arresting her. Okay. If you want to continue to take it further and test her for alcohol,
I'm
you
just taking
can.
a sample to
At
see
this
if you've
point, you
been
don't have
drinking
to.
and
But if you want to get more points, you can. Her results for alcohol is 0, so she wasn't under the influence of alcohol. She was only under the influence of drugs, so we still can arrest her. So now at this point, we can, well, if you want to issue her a motor vehicle violation, remember, we focused on the car, right? And she has a broken windshield, so we can give her a ticket for that. She's not going to be happy.
I'm giving you a $250 ticket for driving with the broken windshield.
Why does it cost so much?
So there's her ticket. So now we can search her car if we want to. We could search her. We can put her in handcuffs. It's a lot of things you could do. It's a lot of things you could do from here. It doesn't. The order doesn't matter, just as long as you do it the right. Do it appropriately. So if I want to, I could search her car right now. If I find a gun in this car, I could arrest her for that. But we only can arrest her for one charge. So if you find for example, if someone's under the influence of drugs and alcohol, you just gotta arrest. You gotta pick which one you decide. We can't charge her for multiple charges yet. That's coming soon. So on our next update, that should be coming. So we didn't find anything illegal in her car. So I always make sure I give them her report.
Please take your accident report.
Seems fine. Thank you, officer.
So she's happy, thinking she's gonna go home, but she's not. We gave her a report, and now, being that we have probable cause because she failed the drug test, we could search her.
Put your hands up slowly, please. I'm going to search you.
There we go. There's our search. Okay, so during our search to arrest, we found 2 switchblades. So at this point, we can either arrest her for a legal weapon, or we can arrest her for drugs, DUI, amphetamine. It doesn't matter. Either one you select is going to be correct, but you only pick one at this time. The game developers are fixing that now, where you will be able to arrest them for or charge them for more than one account. So we can do either. We could do a drugs, a legal weapon. We could just pick the legal weapon in this case.
The reason why you're under arrest is because
Got the
you're
points
carrying
for
a
it.
switchblade with you.
Please, officer!
And like I said, we could have arrested her for the drugs as well. So we already searched her, and that's how we found the switchblade.
Please,
Now
proceed with me to the police car.
let's get her in the back of our vehicle. And when you do escorts, you gain points. So as soon as you put her in your car, yeah, that's additional
Please get in
15
the car.
points. There we go. So she's taken care of. We searched her car already, so now we can request a request. I didn't check the front seat, but now we can request a tow for this car. Okay, and
I have
so
a vehicle here that needs towing. I need a wrecker at my current location, please.
Sure, it will be with you shortly.
So I'm trying to cancel the ambulance for this lady, but they're not listening. So that's something the game has to fix. It's not nothing to do with you. And this is the last person we interview. Again, if you focus in on the car using L1, PlayStation, LB, Xbox, it's going to tell you if there's any motor vehicle violations with the car. This car has an expired plate. So if you go and back and look at the plate, You zoom in on it, it's expired May 2022. We're in 2023. The plate is 3GZ125. Okay, so that's one violation he's looking at already. And again, look, he's staggering. He's apparently he's drunk. So we're just gonna get his
Can you tell me what you
information.
saw?
I'm still recovering from the crash. My mind is blank.
Okay. Yeah.
Show me your ID and
Definitely
car
blank.
insurance, please.
Sure, officer. Here you go.
Righty. So. All right. So we got Fen DeLeon. He doesn't have a gun permit. 6'4", sex male. Okay. He doesn't have insurance with him. So anytime they just give you this, that means they're missing insurance. You can also write him for not having insurance. So you give him his car back. And let's see. Okay. All right. Yeah, because he didn't give us an insurance card. So the vehicle information is not going to come up. That's fine. But like I said, if you want to get the vehicle information, you just go back in your computer. Oops. And hold on. Using L1 on PlayStation, LB on Xbox, focusing on the plate. Give it a few seconds. Now we should be able to bring up the information regarding the vehicle. There it is. So we're gonna so this is a perfect example. So now that we ran that plate, it's coming up as a different person. It's coming up to a lady. Her name is Joanne Lee. Now the vehicle, invalid registration. Insurance is good, but look in the upper right. It says reported stolen. So this is a stolen vehicle. So he's going to be under arrest. We can arrest him for driving a stolen vehicle. So what we're going to do is first issue him his tickets. So the first ticket, he didn't have his insurance. He didn't show his insurance, so that's going to be the first one.
Not having valid insurance.
Really? That is so much money.
The second violation, even though the vehicle is not his, we can still issue him a ticket for driving a vehicle that has an expired plate. So that's what we're going to do. Even though the vehicle is not his, we're going to still issue him a ticket because he was driving a vehicle and has an expired plate. So we're going to issue with that.
You're being charged and ticketed between $50 and $250 for driving a car with an expired license plate.
Really? That is so much money.
Yep. So there you go. So he got 2 tickets already, which is good. He deserves it.
Here's
Now,
your accident report.
That will be very helpful. Thank
see,
you.
I got 25 points for that. That's the max you can get when you have a good written report. So we gave him his accident report. Okay. If you forget to give him the accident report and you let him go or you arrest him, it's too late. Don't worry about it. You're not gonna nothing's gonna be held against you. You're not gonna lose any points. So now we're gonna test him for drugs.
I'll take a sample to check if you've taken drugs before driving.
No, negative. It was both negative, so he's clear for drugs. Okay, now I'm going to test him
taking a sample
for
to see if you've been
alcohol,
drinking and driving.
which we know he has because he can barely stand. So the legal so he's 0.15. The black alcohol content is a 0.15. It's 0.08. Okay. So anything above a 0.08 is arrestable. So, or no, I believe it's 0.08 and over. So yeah, he's 0.15. So yeah, he's definitely been drinking and driving. So now we can search his car from here. We could search him. We could put him in handcuffs. I'm going to just open this up real quick for this because that second tow is there for the other vehicle.
You have the right to remain
So
silent.
we're gonna let him go through.
Use against you in a court of law.
As soon as
You
he
have the
go
right to
through,
have competent
back
and
up,
independent
so no
counsel
more cars go
preferred
through.
in
There
your
you go.
choice. And if you cannot afford the
Let's
services,
keep this road closed until we're
the
done.
government will provide you with them. Do you understand these rights?
Uh-oh, watch our heads. So he's taking that car. So if you want to search his vehicle, you can. If you want to search him, you can. It doesn't matter what order you do it now,
Put
so
your
you can
hands up
search
slowly,
him.
please. I'm going to search you.
So we gave him his 2 tickets. Alright, so upon our search, we found a switchblade, which is illegal. Okay, so, we searched him. So right now, he's looking at 3, we gave him his tickets. He's looking at 3 charges. He has a legal weapon on him. He was driving under influence of alcohol. That's another arrestable offense. This car is also stolen. That's another arrestable offense. So that's 3 criminal charges right there. So we can search his trunk. We found another illegal item. Anytime you find an illegal item, it's going to be you're gonna see 10 points pop up. If you see 5 points pop up, that means that it's not an illegal item. It's not an illegal item. So again, I like searching the entire car. It's just, you don't have to. If you don't search the car if you don't want to, you're not gonna lose it. You're not gonna lose any points. Nothing bad's gonna happen to you. But if you want to get more points, you can search the car. Okay. So we found a illegal another switchblade in his car. So I'm gonna arrest him for, again, like I said, I could arrest him for having a switchblade, for driving under influence of alcohol, or for the stolen vehicle. I'm gonna arrest him for the stolen vehicle. So you go to background checks and documents, and you hit stolen
The
car.
reason why you're under arrest is for driving a stolen car. Please cooperate and step to the sidewalk.
Please, officer.
We already searched him. Now we're gonna escort
Please
him.
proceed with me to the police car.
Okay, get him back in. Get him
Watch
in
your
the
hip.
back. Okay. And now, and see this NPC here is stuck. We can't interact with him, but we're trying to cancel, so we get another unit out, but it won't let us cancel. I don't know why. But now we're gonna call our final
I
tow
have a
truck for
vehicle
this
here
car.
that needs towing. I need a wrecker at my current location, please.
If you want to, you can open up traffic.
And we'll be with you shortly.
Most of the cars are going. No. Oh, the lady in the road. I forgot about her. Oops. So yeah, you see that car doesn't want to hit her. So actually, we're gonna block traffic off. Well, that's a little mistake on my end, but it's okay. The scene is mostly clear right now. Like we're gonna be. So sometimes if need be. Hold up. If you wanna let's see. So if you need the cars to back up, you use the reverse. But my car is in the way. So let's see something here. Let's just get out the way. Sometimes if you go off screen and look back, the traffic will clear itself. In this case it didn't, but let's just see. But yeah, he's stuck now, which is a mess. But say if you wanted to get control of this traffic, you're gonna do a jam. All you want to do is
reverse.
You get her to back up. Let's see if we can get him to back up. So he's not gonna back up. And this comes with traffic control. Sometimes it's a pain in the neck to get cars to do what you want them to do. But as you can see, this is like a major jam up. Again, the ambulance kind of screwed up. It happens, but next time, well, let me see. See if I can do. Usually this works, but it's not working. And I mean, and worst come to worst, you have to just leave the scene, and it'll clear up on itself. Sometimes you use your hand signals here, see if you can get them to U-turn. Okay. Sometimes they're not going to listen, but some things I usually do, I'm not going to do it for time's sake, but if you're really in a tight position and you're a person like me who want to be a little perfectionist and get traffic to clear up, you start with the back car. Start with the back car. Get that on reverse, so you just back everybody up. This is a little trick I use if you need help.
Reverse.
There we go. So now everyone is going to start backing up.
Drive backwards.
Now, keep in mind, these drivers are not going to move unless you tell them to move forward. So the fact that they're in reverse and park, they're going to remain like that until you tell them to move.
Drive backwards.
So that's a good thing to know, because that means they're not going to do anything else until they hear your order. See.
Drive backwards.
See, and this car here, I haven't given him a command, but now he's going to drive backwards. No one's not going to be able to come in front of him now, because he's not going to move.
Backwards.
See, this is how you take care of this if you're ever in a tight situation.
Back off.
See, and now let's see if we get her to back up. Yeah, so she's not going to move any further. And let's see if we get him back up just a little bit to go around her. No, okay. Let's see if we can get her to move forward. This lady right here. Oh, she wasn't able to see me.
Keep moving.
So let's see if she can move forward. No, let's see if we get this person.
Stop. Keep moving.
Alright, so he's a little stuck. That's okay, we're gonna clear the scene. Sometimes in this situation, if you have cars that are stuck, what you want to do is go put on your sirens. Sometimes that helps, and get behind a car. Like I said, it doesn't work all the time, but sometimes it does. But and maybe in the next video we'll go over the tutorial, another tutorial, and dealing with traffic, dealing more with traffic. So I'm gonna stop the sirens, and then we'll bring it in to the precinct, get these two under arrest. Look at all this traffic. Look at all this traffic, all this mess I created. This is a mess. Let me screenshot this. Alright, yeah, this is gonna be a little screenshot. Alright, now we can go. Alright, so we're gonna end it on that note, guys. Thank you guys for watching the video. I appreciate it. If you're new, like and subscribe to the channel. Thank you for all my subscribers for tuning in. I'm hoping to have a stream, if tomorrow or Monday. So you could definitely look for a stream from me. Perhaps Monday.
We have a situation that needs to be taken care of.
Okay. So tomorrow, you can expect another tutorial on dealing with, how to deal with accidents.
Hi, officer.
We're just going.
Please.
No, I'm not going to help you right now. But thank you guys for tuning in. We're going to get these
Time to go to the police
individuals in
precinct,
the
sir.
cell.
Hi, officer. Could you help me out, please?
And lastly, this is why I like to escort my the suspects, prisoners, because you're going to see I have 632 points now, and and I get a bonus for bringing them in, 70 points. So now I have 702 points. So, yep, that's that. But thank you guys for tuning in. I know this was this went long. I said quick and long. I mean, I said quick and brief video. Definitely wasn't quick and brief. But I hope you guys watch it and learn something from it. I do apologize for the length of the video, but hopefully this stuff was helpful. It's those accents, they take really long sometimes. But the more you do them, the more easier they become. And you don't have to be an expert. I like being a little perfectionist, but just wanted to share those tips with you guys. All right. Well, you guys enjoy.
Who's available?
Until next time, I will talk to you guys later.